Hello everyone. This video is about the selection of a car. So generally people, those who are planning to purchase a new car or first time buyers will be thinking either to go with hatchback car or sedan car, either to go with petrol variant or diesel variant. Then how about the price of the car? Then how about the running cost of the car and maintenance cost in a year? So all these things. So I'll be explaining in this video with the support of a survey at the end. So let us start with the first segment. There is nothing but hatchback car. So what exactly a hatchback car? So the total car actually is divided into two compartments. The first one is called as engine compartment. The second one is seating as well as luggage compartment. That means the passenger cabin so can access the boot space. Right? And of course, at the rear, you can find a big door for the opening and accessing of the boot space. So anyway, all the hatchback cars will have some moderate boot space at the rear. And nowadays, you might have observed that the seats are collapsible, like 60-40 split system. So you can extend the boot also. So if somebody is going for a long drive with 2, 3, even 4 members also, if they want more boot space, so they can go for extending the boot space like this. So coming to the various models available in India. So from Maruti company, we have Maruti 800, Alto K10, and Maruti Suzuki Celerio, and Ignis, Swift, and Baleno. So Ignis and Baleno generally Nexa they are providing, and the remaining cars we can get from the Maruti showrooms. So from Tata we have Indica, Bolt, and Tata Tiago, and recently Altroz. Then from Hyundai we have i10, i20, and as well as Santro. And some of the famous cars like Renault Kwid, and then Datsun Go, and Volkswagen Polo, and Ford Figo, and Honda Jazz, Tata Etios Liva, and then Tata Glanza. Right? So these are all the cars available in hatchment segment. Then, how about a sedan car? A sedan car actually you can divide into 3 compartments. First one is engine, the second one is seating compartment, and third one is exclusive luggage or boot space. Then. So here the rear passengers cannot access the boot directly from here. So the access is only from the rear door only. That is, we have exclusive boot space for sedan cars. So mainly meant for luggage. So we can accommodate luggage of all the shapes and sizes. So coming to the sedan cars, we have 2 categories once again. So less than 4 meters and more than 4 meters. So less than 4 meters is referred as compact sedan cars, sub 4 meter sedan, which have a low tax. So in this segment, we have Swift Desire and Honda Accent, then Tata Tigor, Honda Amaze, and Ford Aspire. So above 4 meters length, we have high tax and the price is also high. So in this segment of sedan cars, we have Toyota Etios and same Yaris. From Skoda, we have Rapid and Hyundai Verna. And from Maruti, Ciaz, Volkswagen Vento, and Honda City. So referred as the premium sedan cars. Then. So coming to the first aspect of comfort. So majority of the videos, people will be spending a lot of time in checking the comfort, etc. So a few people will say that it is a soft suspension, hard suspension, all these things. Anyway, in almost all the cars, we can find a good suspension. With that, we cannot decide the comfort. So to understand the concept of a comfort, it is mainly about the rear passengers, those are sitting at the passenger cabin. Is it suitable for 3 members? Then how about the leg room? How about the thigh support? How about the shoulder room? How about the headroom? That is all about the comfort, right? Then, so before going to purchase any car, generally we look at the width, the length, as well as height of the car and with some ground clearance. Then, but in addition to that, try to check for one more dimension, which is known as wheelbase. So wheelbase will exactly decide the what is the leg space or leg room you'll get in your car. Right? So apart from the length of the car, you try to focus on the wheelbase. Here I have taken the example of Hyundai company. So I have taken one hatchback car and one sedan car. So people actually have a misperception that sedan car with boot space will have what you call more length and more space. It is not like that. Right? So try to see here. So Honda i20 length is 3995. Accent also same 3995, less than 4 meters. Width is 1775 and 1660. Now, if you look at the width directly, you can say that. So i20 you can find more space for 3 members at the passenger cabin when compared to the Accent. Then height is 1505, 1520, almost close. You can neglect that. Then. So check for this wheelbase dimension. So length of the cars both are same. It's less than 4 meter, 3995. But the thing is, wheelbase of I-20 is more, 2580 mm. That means, so when it comes to extend, it is 2425. The thing is, look at the picture here. So when it comes to this hatchback model, you can find the wheel is fixed almost at the end of the car. Then, so coming to this sedan cars, so because we are providing exclusive boot space, automatically this particular wheel position is slightly moved forward. When it is moved slightly forward, automatically the seat position is also slightly moved. So because of that, automatically leg room will be decreased. So that is a direct indication with the wheelbase. Ground clearance is almost same and boot space. This is the factor. So let us say 300 liters and 400 liters, almost 100 liters of boot space more you'll get in case of a sedan car. Then it is, if you are going on a long drive with your family members with more luggage, in that case only this is preferable. Or else if you are going to an office daily up and down, or going to shopping and parking area as well as turning radius, in all these aspects if you consider, so unnecessarily taking the boot along with you is a wastage. That's why you can prefer the hatchback. Then, so see the evidence here. Hyundai i20, so rear compartment, so let us say you can see like this, so almost flat seats. I mean, comfortably 3 members can sit here, and at the same time, headroom as well as shoulder room is also comfortable. So to come to accent here, maybe length of the seat is same, almost appears like the same, but the thing is, try to observe the shoulder room. So because of this particular boot space of bump here, automatically the shoulder room will be decreased. So it is not comfortable. And when it comes to the leg room, so it is slightly more when compared with the sedan car. So take the famous models of Maruti. So Maruti Swift, Baleno, as well as Dzire, 3 different segments. Yeah. So dimensions, when you look at the dimension, Swift 3840 and Baleno Dzire comes with same, almost close to 4 meters. Then coming to the width, it is 1735. Surprisingly, Dzire also it has 1735 width, but Baleno segment they have provided 1745. Anyway, 10 mm you can neglect it, almost close, but it's not a big deal. But the thing is, wheelbase. Wheelbase of Swift is 2450 mm and Dzire is also 2450 mm. But when it comes to this hatchback model, it is 2520. That means you can find more legroom when it comes to this model. Then height is 1530, almost close. Then the factor is boot space. So boot space of this particular Dzire is more, almost 380 liters. It is 340. It is 270. So because you are providing boot space here, definitely this wheel has to be slightly more. So because of that only wheelbase will be decreased. Ground clearance almost same, and tires 14-inch, 15-inch and 15-16. Not only in that, so even if you go to the premium sedan cars also, so see the length here. So Ciaz car has almost 4.49 meters and it has 4.44. I mean, you have some 50 mm length here. Same extra length you can observe here in the form of wheelbase. So wheelbase of Honda City is 2600 mm. It is 2650. This 50 mm of length is exactly they are used even in the wheelbase also. So compared to Honda City, Ciaz definitely will give more comfort. Yeah. The next big question for all of us, either to go with petrol car or diesel car. That is the main thing. Then generally we have a perception that so compared to petrol car, diesel cars will give more mileage. We accept that, but at what cost? The thing is, so earlier the difference between petrol and diesel price is almost 10 rupees, but right now it is coming very closer. So you have 100 rupees of petrol and 95 rupees of diesel. Then, so in this case, is it really worth to purchase a diesel car? Right? So observe this one. That is, I have taken Honda Amaze. So I have not taken the dimension because both are same, right? Same car. So in one variant it is a petrol engine, the other variant is a diesel engine. Then petrol engine is almost 1200 cc. Then diesel engine is 1500 cc. So 1.2 liter engine and 1.5 liter engine. By looking at this value, one can easily say that it will develop more power. Then, so come to power here, maximum power 88 brake horsepower and 98 brake horsepower. So definitely diesel engines will develop more power. That means, so when you are traveling with 5 members with more luggage, definitely diesel cars are preferable. We accept that. So coming to the mileage, ARA, Automotive Research Association of India, so certified mileage. It is giving around 19 kilometers per liter. It is giving 25 kilometers per liter. Okay. The next showroom price, it is around 8 lakhs and it is 9.5 lakhs. That means So with same type of company with same dimensions, if you go with the petrol car, because it is 8 lakhs, and if you go with the diesel car, it is 1.5 lakhs extra. So is it worth to spend 1.5 lakhs cost on the diesel car? That we'll see in the cost analysis. Yeah. So not only that, so whatever price I have shown here, it is ex-showroom price. It is not on-road price. Yeah. So coming to the on-road price, let us say on-road price of a Maruti Baleno in Hyderabad, it varies from place to place, let us say. So here I have shown a small arrow. So this model has petrol variant only. So I'm focusing on this point is that so Maruti company, they are planning to close the manufacturing of diesel cars. So BS6 norms. So production of a car with 1.2 liters, it is a very costly car. People may not afford. That's why they are planning to restrict only for 1.5 liters and above diesel cars. Anyway, most probably they are planning to close the diesel cars. To come to this model here, Alpha Petrol, top end model in Baleno. Let us say, if your car ex-showroom price is 8 lakhs, then road tax comes around 97, almost close to 1 lakh. Insurance around 32,000. Optional. In this optional, you can find extended warranty, accessories, registration, all other things. It will put together around 30,000. Now, finally, it will be 9.7 lakhs on the road, on road price. So try to observe the difference here. If a car ex-showroom price is 8 lakhs, so on-road price is 9.5 lakhs. That means nearly 1 to 1.5 lakhs of amount we have to pay extra towards the road tax and insurance, all other things, accessories. That means already we are paying 1.5 lakhs mainly for this case. Then in this case, if you go for a diesel, we have to spend 1.5 lakh extra. Total put together 3 lakhs. Right? Take the simple analysis of cost. Assume that you are using your car at say 15,000 kilometers in a year. For example, daily you are using car for about 30 kilometers. In a month, 1,000 kilometers. In a year, 12,000. If you go for some visits, tours, etc., put together 15,000 kilometers. In this case, if you purchase a petrol car, now check for the running cost. So you are using your car for 15,000 kilometers. Let us say I am taking the maximum fuel efficiency for petrol, 21 kilometers mileage per liter. Then you have to purchase 715 liters of petrol in a year. With present price of 100, let us say if you calculate, it comes to 71,500 rupees. This is your running cost of your petrol car. Go with the diesel variant. So you are using the car for 15,000 kilometers. Then I am taking 27, that is maximum mileage, let us say, fuel efficiency. In this case, I may have to purchase, let us say, nearly 555 liters of diesel. Present price of 95 I have taken, and it is coming around 52,000. Right? Now, what is the difference here? Around 19,000 rupees, 18,775. That means if you purchase a diesel car thinking that it is giving more mileage, how much amount of money you can save in a year? It is around 90,000 rupees. Right? So continue the same thing. Yeah. We already know that the minimum difference between petrol car and the diesel car is around 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. Let us say. So if you purchase a diesel car by spending 1 lakh extra amount, what is the amount of fuel you can save in running cost point of view? You can save 19,000 approximately. That means to get back this amount, then payback period, whatever you call, it takes nearly 5.5 years. If you spend 1.5 lakh extra for purchasing of a diesel car, you are thinking that diesel car is giving more mileage, you can save the money. How much money you can save is only 18,775. With this, what is the payback period? It is nearly some 8 years. That means at an average, so one would have to keep the car for more than 6 years. So if you purchase a diesel car, if you use that car for 6 years, then only you can get the amount back, payback period. So in meanwhile, if you want to sell your car, then how would think of the resale? Right? So think of all these things and then you can decide. The car utilization or mileage is 15,000 to 20,000 kilometers per year. The only better option is that better go with the petrol car. Or else, if you are using the car, let us say, more than 30,000 kilometers per year, then you can prefer the diesel car. Even for that also, investing 1.5 lakh extra at the initial stage, for that revenue, interest, whatever you calculate, it is not viable. That's why olden days, the trend was there, like diesel cars gives more mileage, you can save some money. Now the difference between petrol price and diesel price is coming very closer. That's why there is no need to think about this aspect. And not only that, a diesel car gives more heat, automatically wear and tear of the parts is also more, damage to the parts, service to the parts, and maintenance cost is also very high. At the same time, government is imposing the rules. So it should come to BS6. It should not give more pollution. Our diesel cars definitely will give more pollution also. Right? So keeping all these things, one can decide as per their requirement. So what are the available cars, price and mileage here? Now we'll see. Here I have taken the ex-showroom price, not an on-road price. So if your budget is 4 to 6 lakhs, then you can go directly to the budget hatchback cars where you have Maruti Alto 800, K10, so Renault Kwid, and then Datsun Go, Maruti WagonR, Maruti Celery. All these cars, ARAI is giving a certified mileage of 21 to 25. But remember one thing, whatever mileage ARAI is giving, on road, it is not the correct thing. So you have to reduce the value of by 4 to 5 kilometers mileage, real-time mileage. Then, if your budget is 5 to 8 lakhs, then you can prefer these cars available in the market: Maruti Swift, Hyundai Santro, Hyundai i10, Tata Tiago, Ford Figo, Toyota Oliva, and then Maruti Ignis. So they are saying that 20 to 23 kilometers of mileage. Then, so if your budget is 7 to 10 lakhs, then you can prefer premium hatchback cars. That is Hyundai i20, Maruti Baleno, Toyota Glanza, Honda Jazz, Tata Altroz, and Volkswagen Polo. So 17 to 21 kilometers they are saying, but it will come 15 to 18 only. So if you are planning for a sedan car and if your budget is 6 to 10 lakhs, then you can prefer Maruti Dzire, Hyundai Accent, Honda Amaze, Tata Tigor, Toyota Etios, and Ford Aspire. So where 18 to 22 kilometers per mile mileage you can expect. Among all the cars, Toyota Etios, the length of the car and the wheelbase is also more. That's why majority of the transportation sector and taxi people, they are preferring the Toyota Etios. It will give more luggage space. Not only that, it will give leg room and good thigh support for the rear passengers. At the same time, good headroom as well as the shoulder. So if you are planning for a premium sedan and budget is 9 to 15 lakhs, 14 lakhs, let us say, then you can go for Maruti Ciaz, Honda City, Hyundai Verna, Toyota Aris, Skoda Rapid, and Volkswagen Vento. So 17 to 19 they are saying, but 13 to 15 I think it will come. So not only the segment, so the cost mainly depends on the length of the car, as I already said. So take this simple example here. So from same manufacturer of Honda, we have a Honda City, that is a premium sedan, and then we have Amaze car. Then, if you observe the specifications of engine, so both the engines have 1.5 liters diesel engine, and the power is also same. And torque is 200 newtons meter. That means both the cars will give the same performance. But the thing is, Honda City it is almost 13.5 lakhs, and Amaze is around 9 lakhs. What is the reason for this? The only thing is that, so it is mainly because of the length. Honda City is more than 4 meters. So more than 4 meters car, so automatically government tax is more. So because of that, the difference is nearly around 4.5 lakhs. So here in one of the articles, I've read this survey report. So they have done some survey, right? Whether petrol car or diesel car. The total number of car owners participated in the survey is 115. In that, 67 members are with petrol and 48 members are diesel. So these people, they have given some questionnaire. So they have given question, and with that, they got some final conclusion in the feedback. So here selection of petrol and diesel basis kilometer run. So here, if you observe the very first column, if you are using your car in a month for 500 kilometers, 500 to 1000 kilometers in a month, like that, they have taken up to 5000. So directly we'll go to the main point. So it was observed that people, those are using the car, so between 500 to 1000, it was observed that nearly 33 members have purchased a petrol car and only 13 members have purchased a diesel car. Then, on the other hand, people using the car utilization 2500 to 5000 kilometers in a month. So you can find that only 6 members have purchased a petrol car, 19 members have purchased a diesel car. So direct indication, it mainly depends on the utilization or mileage. That's why while selecting a car, purchasing a car, first you think of your requirement. So are you using the car with 1 or 2 persons, or are you using the car with 4 to 5 persons? Are you using the boot space every day, right? So are you going to the long trips in a month frequently? So think of all these factors, and then only you can decide that which car is suitable as per your requirement. So coming to the other one, comparison basis type of family based on the source of income, which is predominant for the family. So they have taken 2 categories, business class and service class. Business class people mean those who are mainly using their cars mainly for business purpose and going to different locations with their family members. So they preferred diesel cars. So nearly 26 members they have purchased diesel cars and only 10 purchased petrol car. Then service class. Employees, those are going to office daily up and down, and those are using the car in city road conditions and traffic, right? So in all those cases, right? So those people, they preferred 57 petrol, and only 22 people have preferred the diesel car. So you can see that business class people, they preferred more diesel, and service class employees, they preferred more petrol. Other factor, features affecting the selection of a petrol or diesel car. So they have taken few more aspects. So mileage aspect, here if you observe, only 11 members have preferred petrol and 23 members have preferred diesel. Then maintenance cost. So keeping this aspect, so 36 members have purchased the petrol and only 9 members have purchased the diesel. So this is the main issue, drawback with the diesel. The thing is, as I already said, that diesel cars, if you use maintenance cost is relatively more when compared with the petrol car. So even if you don't use your petrol car for about 1 month, you can easily start. But that is not the case with the diesel. Right? That's why it will give starting problem if you don't use for a long time. And not only that, it will give more noise, it will give more vibration and all these things. So features 11, 13 almost close, and price. People thinking of the initial price, they preferred 9 members for petrol and only 3 members for diesel. In total, this is the survey. The final comparison here. Better resale value. So among all the 115 members, 57 members have expressed that. So this petrol car will have the more resale value. So more fuel consumption, nearly 91 members have agreed that petrol cars will consume more fuel. So coming to the more comfortable, so nearly 79 members have expressed that. So petrol cars are more comfortable. So more expensive for maintenance. So 81 members have expressed that the maintenance cost of diesel cars are high and more economic. So 66 members have expressed that this is economical. And finally, more happier. 49 members have expressed that petrol cars will be more happy when compared with the diesel, and 24 members have said both. Right? This is all about the survey report. So the conclusion is that generally customers will consider the brand value and service centers as the most important factors while purchasing a vehicle. So we always look for the brand for resale. At the same time, we look for the service centers. Because of this reason only, Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, and Toyota, and then Tata, they have maximum market share. The reason is that, so they have more number of service centers. Customers purchasing a petrol car are not bothered about the mileage of the vehicle. Their focus is on low initial cost, comfort, and less maintenance cost. So these are the 3 attracting factors for the petrol cars. Customers purchasing a diesel car are not bothered about the price of the vehicle. They are ready to pay that 1.5 lakh rupee extra, but their focus was mainly on to get more power and then torque and then as well as the more mileage. Right? So this is all about my video. Hope you got something from my video. So if you like this particular video, so please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Thank you.